Thank you, Ted. There's really very much nothing more I can say than thank you. Good night, all, and we'll come back next week. So in reality, as far as I know, I've got my partners here, Eric Levine and Ted Duffy. We're still here. It's billable time, Eric, so we're good. When Panos first asked me about considering, I didn't feel comfortable. But in order to realize the gravity of this event and the sincerity of it, I realized that I first have to thank His Eminence, who's here tonight, who gave us, and me in particular, the spiritual leadership to understand, when I was serving in the Metropolis Council, what it meant to be involved. So tonight, I truly am very blessed and humbled to have you here, Your Eminence, participating in this major event. Jim, you're extraordinary. I say that because, as a rising star, you're exemplary. I'm very comfortable in the private sector where we live as people leaders. You made the leap into the public sector as well. And you lead and continue to lead so well that I'm confident that all that we've heard of what our mission is will be carried on by you for many, many years to come. So thank you for allowing me to be here with you to share this honor. So when the time came, and I'm not going to try and repeat all the thanks to everyone that we've already heard already, but certainly repeating Vestminster's name again and again and again is always appropriate. I'm tireless for what you've done. And before getting into the diplomatic corps and their response, I have to at least respond to Consul General Infidelias. Yes, I am a Cypriot. I was asked not to wear a vraka tonight, and that's why you had some questions. But we do want to extend our best wishes to you in the Ukraine. You've gone from one hot seat to another, and I'm sure you'll do very well in that whole occasion. So when I was asked to consider this award and try to understand an award involving lifetime achievement, I thought it was a way that Joanne and my partners were planning my retirement. But when I spoke to Eric, he said, there's no watch involved. So I knew it wasn't my retirement. But he did get the baklava that I delivered to him tonight, and he's very happy. But in contemplating why this has significance, you've heard the touchstones mentioned throughout the other speakers. And for me, and I think we will all come to some sort of conclusion, that an achievement is based on certain values. And for me, that meant friendship, family, and faith. If you look around this room, many of the people that I know of that have come up and said, I remember you in 50 years, other than saying that I've aged, is the fact that I knew them and know them through various areas of involvement. Family first, as we know, is the most important factor. Whether it's our own family, the HEPA family, our church family, we wind up having a family. As they say, it takes a village. Well, in our case, it's Greece. It just takes a family. But that family is not just the nucleus. It grows and grows, and we allow it to grow, and we embrace it, and we want it to do it, and to happen. So once we have established a family, and my father, my parents, as many of you, your parents, were immigrants, we learned with my brother here, Michael, my sister's not here tonight, she's ill, of what the value is of just doing it. Don't complain, get it done, and have it move forward. We're a very religious person involved in faith, and that's one part of our family. The other part that led me to believe about where we are tonight and how we move forward, aside from the family and faith, is friends. From our churches, I met my wife. She was my friend, and now my wife. My brother, he met his wife, and they got married, you know, at Gimmises. And in Brooklyn, we lived every church that was there, one way or another, whether it's Gimmises, whether it's Holy Cross, whether it's St. Connie's, there's 3 High Rocks, but the church was the mortar that bound our families together. Let's not underestimate and misunderstand that many of other cultures don't have the family and faith aspects that we bring to our culture and our lives. I learned something that that I've always repeated, and it's a little bit off the mark, but it's worth repeating. There's a client of mine, and most of you know that I'm an attorney, and I represent the Orthodox communities, the Greek Orthodox and the Jewish Orthodox. And believe it or not, they're very similar in many ways, in values, traditions, and holidays. And this one client of mine who was a Holocaust survivor that's passed away, was very humble, but very successful. And his mantra to me was, Peter, whatever I pay you, you give back 10% to a charity. I said, Chaim, why? He said, because of Yiddishkeit. And that Yiddishkeit translates to what we heard earlier of philodimo. Their feelings and their understanding and that approach to life is what we as Hellenes understand. And I say that because that helps to build, and that's why when it came to acknowledgement of recognition and achievement, it's not based on just one touch or two touch. You invest in the future by laying that seed today, whether it's a friend, a stranger, and you build on it. 5 years ago, a very quick example, George Sugarakis and I had a table over together, and somehow we started talking about bees. I'm a beekeeper. He's a beekeeper. I didn't know that. So is the Archbishop is a beekeeper. I didn't know that. The point I'm making is that our church, that mortar that binds us together, opens up endless opportunities. It's for us to take that opportunity and move it forward. So when it comes to the community, this organization and the other organizations that are here, and the ones that I've represented in many ways, is something that we have a commitment to do, because if we don't do it, no one else will. And the future that we're talking about is our children and our faith. We've always heard of late the erosion of values in this country and the dumbing down of our overall lifestyle. To a great degree, we are responsible to maintain and rise it back up. We are the ones, based on our faith and our traditions and our family and our friends here tonight who become our family, move it in the right direction. I don't know what your political persuasion is, but the values are the most important part. So looking back as to the achievement or achievements, I'm not worried about achievements, nor do I value those as per se. It's the results, and it's the resolution, and it's the resolve to make things happen for the good. So with that in mind, my son and I are leaving tomorrow for Mount Athos to rededicate ourselves and to revisit the values that we've all heard from Ted and from many of us tonight as to why and how we extend ourselves to a greater family. So the achievements are for you for the next year and for the years thereafter. I want to thank you for listening. Thank you for taking the time.